Welcome back. And I'm just going to jump right into it. Lot to rap about. Have a lot to rap about. But I don't have time really right now. And I didn't even prepare anything, but I just let me jump straight into it, right? Jim Jam shared a narcissist demands the power of a king, but acts with the responsibility of a toddler. A narcissist demands the power of a king, but acts with the responsibility of a toddler. One more time for the people in the back, right? Jim Jam, right? A narcissist demands the power of a king, but acts with the responsibility of a toddler. And with that, jump into my game. Because y'all know what I do. I do game theory over here. What is game theory? Game theory is a high level. It's not really a high. It is. It is. It's a graduate level mathematics. So like once you get to uh, regular college, you should go through your typical algebra, abstract algebras, geometry, or analytic geometry with calculus, and it grows from there, right? I'm supposed to play with a Joy-Con. Well, y'all know what this is. I played this game before, and y'all know what I do. I just let it run in the background. Beautiful game. Okami, I think it's called. It's basically your Legend of Zelda, but you're a dog, and it's this straight Japanese lore. So you get to bite some ninjas. And there it is. There it is. There it is. There it is. Oh, where was I beginning? I was beginning with the kid that got punched in the face by the cop. Because I'm noticing you're not even seeing any coverage on it. I've been seeing it on the black media channels, and but you're not really saying the quote unquote Roland Martins, the shills. They don't like us using that terminology because whatever. But you're not seeing them going ham for this kid getting punched in the face by the cop. Mainly because the kid's getting paid. So I didn't video capture it and add it to this broadcast. I call my things programs, to this program, because when I saw it, it was like, okay, and it was, what I mean, it is something that I would watch with my son. So I might do it later on. There's no rush. I'm still waiting to see what's going to come out of it, because like when I first saw it, and my initial thing was like, dude, why didn't you get out the car? You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you definitely gonna get a nice check. But I don't know his state's legal department. Like the Department of Justice is still messed up, because, at least in my state it is, because they're still fighting for all these lawsuits. So it's you're not allowed to really work for free or whatever. I forget that what it's called again. Al gratin or whatever. Like you can, like they try to use French words to be all sophisticated. You know what I mean? Pro bono. That's what they say. So the lawyers aren't allowed to work pro bono. So you got to have that cash, or proof that you got that cash. But at the same time, everybody's going through this employment issues, and because they're getting rid of all the the immigrants, so they still got to hold on to all the woke folk, and woke folk is they jumping from ship to ship, and everybody is who right. That's what still is going on, and black men in particular, we're still at the bottom. So I'm just keeping it 100. Um, and there it is. There it is. So like I was saying, the kid got punched in the face, and yeah, my first thought was, yeah, that's something I watched my son. Son, get out the car. Don't. Right? You know what I mean? Don't take a L just to get a check. Um, because like the kid know that they wrong. They know that they was wrong, and you know what I mean. They caught him with a dime of the ganj, and that's why nah, y'all not to put the Buddha down. That's what Chuck D used to say in his rhymes, right? You don't hear Chuck promoting anti-smoking, right? Because that's what he used to do. Like, don't smoke that stuff, um, and still was political. Now he's just political, and that's what I was like. And we're like, Chuck, we get it. Go ahead and be political, But foundational Black Americans, like that's what we calling ourselves now. That's why we like Chuck. Our movement is delineation, though, man. Like, and even Professor Griff and everybody else is trying to push that to him. That's why he got a little beef with him. But therein is what the major function is, or the major problem is with hip hop that's going on right now. Because Chuck D wants to be the political one, Karis One wants to be the teacher still, and I'm respecting the teacher. I'm not respecting the political play the game of it's all about Trump's failures. It's not about asking him to cut the check, right? So we got to shut down the government now because he's ready to blow the budget out the water, and instead of making sure, hey, we need some cash to fix the problems that all this immigration is, right? And the situation. So that's how it relates to the kid getting punched in the face, because those officers weren't ICE. It's all about stopping ICE and how ICE is, the KKK. But that was clearly the regular old cops, right? But since the kid is a foundational Black American, it's like they can't deport him, so right? Like I can see if they punch him in the face and then deport him for getting punched in the face, right? then the Democrats will have some say about it, right? But now they still on some, well, you know what I mean? It's not, we have to, we have to be partisanship is we have to have bipartisanship. It's like, come on, man, stop. Right? Y'all supposed to be on the same team right now. And then pointing out whatever the key issues is that Trump is messing up on. Like they want to cut the military spending, but it's like, dude, y'all didn't want to cut the military spending when Obama was in, right? That's where we going, like, come on, like, stop. Especially all those programs that apparently was helping the immigrants more than helping foundational Black Americans, regular old white Americans, right? And therein, I'm on the wrong side, even though I'm still explaining. When I first registered, I'll be registered independent, right? And then that becomes a problem explaining how, learn the three aspects of government, right? Learn, the executive, the legislative, and the judiciary. Learn all three. Understand how that relates to being Democrat, Republican, or independent. As one thing that whenever you hear any of these Democrat people talk, none of them mention independent voters, right? And that's where y'all failing, right? Instead, it's 40% ain't voting. Yeah, 40% ain't voting. They ain't. You're not getting people motivated, and Obama was motivated because a voter died. because hip hop went out there and said, "Vote or die, vote or die. Go vote for. We don't care. First black president. Be happy for it." And for him to now be, y'all not voting for Kerr because y'all misogynist is spit on the ground, dude. It's very disrespectful. Very disrespectful. Especially what we're going through. When my man Mike, shout out to Miz. He shared a video on, well, he's on Fox, so, but he was talking about a guy got on a bus, smelling like the ganj, and he was the only one on the bus, and the bus driver told him to sit in the back of the bus because you smell. So it became a big ordeal or something. I didn't really get the whole story, but somehow I guess the cops got involved. But it's the classic. You have to sit on the back of the bus. It's 1960s. Like, no, stop. You know, the one that upset me was a few years, was a year ago, because I was working job to job, and I was doing the gig apps. So I was at this, I was at the stadium. I was working at the stadium, and I started all the way at the bottom floor, and I worked, as part of this coast, taking out the trash, the sweeping and stuff, doing whatever I could to make some cash in order to, survive, So I worked my way all the way up into the rafters, and that was those are like the premier seats all the way up in the and it's like a big lounge area. This is down at the Sixers stadium, and so but when I was up that high, they didn't have water fountains. So the manager on duty that that's supposed to be teaching us how to do this, I'm like, all right, yo man, my situation, I need water, So he was like, all right, just go over to them and ask them, for a cup of water. So I went over and asked them, the ladies, for a cup of water, black ladies, right? And it was like, nah, you can't, we can't just give out a cup of water. So I'm like, what? I don't understand. Like, nah, you gotta buy it. Like, you gotta either buy it or like, nah. Like, I just need some water. Like, you can't do it. You can't give it, without a cup. So I go back to the manager, and he like, huh? So he went and got me a cup. Oh no, did he go get me a cup? Yeah, he did. He went and got me a cup. And then I went back to go get the water. Like, why do I got to do it this way? So I go back to give them a cup of water, and they was like, nah, we still can't do it. Like, this lady, like, but I didn't get frustrated. I go, yo, nah, they said they not allowed to give out, because of who I was there with, the company that I was there with. So clearly it was on some, their union was about to go on strike, and they were real upset with the company, overall company bringing in scrubs. So, they wasn't very helpful, and it's like, I'm not gonna argue with, I get it, like, and I guess some of them was, losing their jobs or whatever because they was breaking protocol. But I'm bringing that story up because just yesterday, I go to Walmart, and I'm at the machine, and I'm putting my $10 bill in, right? And it's not working. The machine, it's just not taking my $10 bill. I'm looking and checking to make sure it's a real $10 bill, because I know all the looks of the bill. This is one of these quote unquote super bills that you can't tell the difference. But no, it was a legit $10 bill. So I'm trying, I'm folding, I'm making sure it's nice and pressed. I'm putting it in different ways. And the girl see me girl next to me see me having a hard time with it. She was like, hey, it was even $4 that I owed left, because I used change too. So she was like, hey, I'll buy it, like, here, I'll buy it, and then we can go get change over here at the, what's the name? But I'm over here trying to talk to the cashier now, because she sees us having a problem. I was like, all right, You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, can you change it? She's like, no, I can't change it, but they can change it over at the customer service. So it's like, all right, cool. Right? Um, the girl must have known that it was going to be a problem because she kept saying, let's change it over here with the foreigners that's at Subway or whatever store they had in the store, company where they bring in immigrants and immigrants run the whole. It was not Subway. It was the pretzel place, one of the pretzel places, Ann's Pretzel. But so long story short, me, I'm like, all right, let me see what something in me that was just like, let's go see what because this customer service. So I go over to customer service. I have my receipt, and I explain the situation, what happened. Right, the girl paid for the rest of the purchase. I owe her $4. She needed $4 for change to go catch the bus, right? So, you know, could you change this for us? You know what I mean? So that she can go catch the bus. The bus is $2 or something like that. And they was like, nah, we can't change it. And I'm like, I got the receipt and everything, and this and that. I explained the whole story of what happened. And she was like, no, I can't open up the drawer. And I'm like, well, the girl told us to come over here that y'all can be able to change it. She shouldn't have told you that. Now it's like I'm dealing with 4 women, and it's really y'all their issue. You know what I mean? But I'm trying to explain, like, no, this isn't good customer service. So you have to call your supervisor or something. And now there's a big issue about calling a supervisor. So now, here comes the supervisor with the cop, and with a cop. So now I'm getting a little irritated, but I explained the situation again. And she's like, nope, we can't open up our drawer. She shouldn't have told you that. And this and this and that. Like, this is the company policy. Like, all right, look. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to, you're talking to someone with 40 years of experience as a manager and company. Like, it's wasting my time. Right? So it's like, but listen, all you have to do is change it for me, right? Don't like I'm not trying to go through all right, then I'll return it and then buy it for the $10, right? On the return, like, y'all gotta stop. Like, this shit's not that complicated. I know that there's a button or there's a change drawer or something that you can get me a 5 and 5 ones to help us out instead of wasting my time with all this. You know what I mean? The policy is this, and you're going to follow the policy. Right? Because I'm dealing with all women and a cop. And it's like, she came back with the cop. What the cop going to do? He going to lock me up for not following the policy? I'm the customer, damn it. But this is the world we living in right now, with women running the shop, and then as soon as a man complains, it's like it's against the policy, and hence you're the one that's angry, you're the one that's mad, and I'm dealing this when I go to court. I'm dealing with this same issue when I go to, I'm gonna catch the bus. I'm dealing with this same issue when wherever I go and do, it's all women, black women. I'm you know what I mean? I'm the one that's angry. I'm the one that's right. I'm the one that's misogynist, and that's why I look at Obama and go, Obama, you really don't understand what's going on out here, family. Trust me, it's not the fellows. It's the women. They acting like this is the policy. I'm going to follow it to 100. But then when you go and you're dealing with a white, and it's like, hey, listen, this, and this, right? Oh, no problem. Especially if they know you, right? They knew me because I come there every day. I go there every day, right? I go to the Family Dollar every day. They treat me fine. Ain't no problems. But it's these big corporations that follow the policy to a T, right? And it's, well, I have to shop there because we're supposed to be boycotting Target. Y'all are hilarious with this. And y'all doing the same thing with Barack Obama. That's why the brothers are upset, right? Because Barack Obama said out of his mouth that your boys need someone other than their father to be a hero in their life, and that's spit on the ground. That was ignorant. That was completely ignorant. He shouldn't have said that, and to be acting like he's gay in order to justify um, a gay mentor for your sons. This has been another rant by Volothamp Modulus Tautology. I just wanted to jump on because y'all really bugging. Y'all really bugging, and the question is simple, right? Do you love God? And anything other than yes or no, you're really a hypocrite, and that's the evil one in your soul, right? Y'all need to repent. Y'all really do need to repent, because y'all want to sit here and judge men for being misogynist, right? When your heart is anti-heteronormativity, like your Western psychological ideology is better than your Eastern philosophical methodology. Stop, right? Stop. There's more than two sides to life. That third one is, it was Adam, Eve, God. Understand that, yo. That's a marriage. Y'all keep interrupting other people's marriages, and that's a major violation of the 10th commandment. You're not supposed to covet. You're not supposed to lust your neighbor's stuff. Love God, our Father, all the time. Hip hop life. Love one. God is love. Hip hop is life. Time is holy. Money is nothing more than that fourth dimensional illusion that really doesn't exist. Stop loving that money, because a lot of y'all act like y'all hate God. It's not right, yo. Because economics, whether you think it's macro or micro, it's the same. They're not mutually exclusive, right? Or mutually separate. Economics is nothing more than the art of making the most out of life. And that's what hip hop truly is. A gift from God. Peace.